Okay, how you doing, everybody? Claude Diamond here. Let's get rid of that music. There we go. It is gone, baby. Hey, hope everybody's having a good day. Let's get rid of that picture there for a second. And we're going to talk about, hair day. Pliny the Elder. And I've got some links I'm going to show you guys from other reviewers in the beer webpage and everything. This is considered by many. And if you want to come on and join me, feel free to do so. I love the company. If you have a question or something, post it in the chat box there. This is kind of my free time, my fun time thing to do. I do a lot of YouTube and TikTok videos because I'm a sales trainer in real estate and in the gut sales method. I've written several books and coming out pretty soon, the Guts KISS method sales system, attraction marketing. But on Saturdays, I like to chill and I love a good bottle of beer. And this today is Pliny the Elder. It's from the Russian River Brewing Company. I've had this beer before, so I'm totally prejudiced and judgmental here. This is one of my favorite beers. It's not a cheap, I get it for $6.99. I can only find it in one little liquor store in San Diego, and they even have a sign. You cannot buy more than two at a time because they can't keep it in. So whenever I see it, I go in there and I grab one or two bottles. Depends if I had a good week or not. Okay, it's not my regular drinking beer. I'm the kind of guy, I love Coors or Miller High Life. That's my regular drinking beer, my cheapo Monday through Friday beer. But when I'm celebrating or it's the weekend, I like to have a craft beer. Here's another. Oh, and I just got this. This was on sale in San Diego. 2 for $5. Foster's Ale. This is going to be reviewed on my friend Ron's beer review on Wednesday, and you'll find out about this one then. Might be interesting. I had one already, but I'm not going to give away my opinion. I'm in San Diego, and another beer. We're the home of craft breweries, man. We have so many craft breweries here. One of my favorite, Ballast Point. And I just recently had this Friar's Ale. And I was saying to myself, man, this is going to be a baseball beer. This is going to taste like, the kind of beer you pay $15 a cup for, and then you run to the bathroom every 5 minutes. Man, was I wrong. Sometimes you think you can tell a book by its cover. I just thought it was a cheap baseball beer. The beer the Coors Light and stuff they have it. Oh God, no. What's the stadium in the Rockies in Denver? Anyway, I got this. We got this at Vaughn's. Big end cap display, $11.49. Okay, and I got to tell you something. That's a good deal. This is excellent beer. I'll review this in another session if it's still around. Beer with Claude. Let's open this darn beer here today. Did you guys have a good day? Good Saturday? Actually, it was nice here in San Diego. We've been having rain and all kinds of jazz here. And my Swiss Army knife has everything you could ever. This thing even has a toothpick in it somewhere. I mean, this thing is amazing. Got to get one of these. Anyway, it opens beer too. Did you just hear that? You want to when you're opening your beer, one thing you got to listen for. I don't think other reviews talk about it. I talk about the sound, the P F F F F F T sound. Okay, I think that's how you'd spell it, and it lets you know there's something going on in that bottle. Still hasn't been sitting around in the sun or in somebody's garage. Oh, by the way, on this beer, if you read the webpage and everything, this is time stamped. Okay, you can only drink this fresh. Absolutely. Hey, hello, Samir. Enjoy the beer. I will, my friend. Here, have a sip with me. All right, let's do this. I pour it in a wine glass for a very good reason, which I will explain. And I always pour my beers aggressively. I'm not one of these little, let's just drop it in, drop by drop. No, just pour the damn thing in there. Let it foam up, smell it, and enjoy it. This beer, this is what I would call look at that color. Isn't that beautiful? Can you guys see that? I'm here in my office in San Diego. I work out of my home. I live also in Colorado and North Carolina. And here's also my favorite vineyard. I'm using their glass, Orfila in Escondido. A little shout out to them. Look at the color there. It's beautiful. The smell is just filling. It's just going all over my desk. This is a sipper beer. You can disagree with me on this. I think some beers are sippers. They're $6, $7, $8, $10 beers. You know the ones I'm talking about. And some, they're just good old, you're thirsty. It's a hot summer day in July. They're gulper beers. But this is, in my opinion, a sipper beer. Let's put a little more in there. First thing, the smell. I mean, this is permeating the room, this beer. It really is. And I'm in a loft here in my home, in my office. I had this specially built because I work 8 days a week. I love what I do, sales training. Read my books, The Gut Sales Method. A little shout out there to my, let's see, do I have a comment? Yeah, here's one of my books. I've written 9 books on sales, real estate, and marketing, and they're all over the place. Just that floral, that hops, that citrus smell. Okay, that's in an IPA. You gotta love it. Oh God, it's wonderful. It's like fine wine. This is better than fine wine. I drink wine too, but boy, do I love a good beer here like this. Let's taste it. To your health, ein Prosit, L'chaim, Tsing Tao, Salute. What did I leave out? Cheers. Mm. So good. Oh gosh. I mean, when you're drinking a Pliny the Elder, okay, and I don't do this with a lot of beers where I just gush all over it, but this is a really special drink. I'll show you some of the other pages, some reviews in a minute on it. One of the things I always suggest, I don't know if everybody does it, I place my beers a half hour before, depending on the alcohol. I believe this one is 8%. They make this stuff so small. I got to get out the cheater here. Do not save for a rainy day. Pliny is for savoring, not for saving. Consume Pliny fresh or not at all. And I just want to see I believe it's 8% here. Should have done my homework. It's 1 pint, 8%. I got to tell you something. I've had 8% beers. I like a lot of beers. I like the cheaper beers with the higher alcohol, and you can usually taste the alcohol kind of knocks you out. It's so strong, some beers with so much alcohol, they kind of distract from the flavor and the taste and everything else like that. You wouldn't know in a blind, take my word for this, you would not know in a blind taste test that this is a 8% beer. You just wouldn't know. It's too smooth. It's really, really smooth. Gonna have another sip. Sorry, it's too good. Mm. See the lacing there? Look at that. Isn't that beautiful? Someone has to explain to me. I don't really know, but all the reviewers that I watch a lot of beer reviews on YouTube, and they always talk about the lacing. I don't know why that's important, but they seem to talk about it, and this one has plenty of it. You get a Coors or a Miller High Life, usually not too much of the foamy stuff hanging around, but it sure is here. Maybe that's indicative. You guys tell me, inform me. Why is the lacing so important? Somebody help me out here. Maybe it's because it's a quality ingredients in there. Okay. First taste, very smooth, very light, has a great mouthfeel to it. Just a super mouthfeel. I'm really gushing over it. Second taste, the back of the mouth kind of feel is you're getting the bitterness. It's right now. I haven't had a sip for at least 30 seconds. All my mouth can taste is that delightful hops, that bitterness. It's wonderful. Got a great mouthfeel. In terms of enjoyment, it's not a beer you'd want to drink every night. It's a special occasion beer. When you just had a great week, you're celebrating something, you've been drinking your PBR all week, or your one of the beers I got to try, Hams. I heard Hams is like probably one of the cheapest beers out there, and people really, I like cheap beers. I'll be honest. I love Miller High Life. You give me a what is it, a 12 pack of bottles of Miller High Life on sale, $8.99. I'm a happy guy, and I think it's a great product. I don't, I don't like some of the, there's one particular company everybody's down on right now. You know who I mean. I've never liked their light beer, but I've drank their regular beers, their Michelobes, their other type of beers. But I never like light beers. There are some light beers that Coors Light is okay. I'll drink Coors Light. I'll enjoy that on a hot summer day, getting it super cold out of the freezer. Coors Light is a good beer. Miller Lite, excellent beer. Pricey though for a light beer. You would think it's light. It's got less. It's got more water in it, right? It costs more. Try to understand that, huh? Let's see here. Another sip here. I had it in the freezer, and ice cube attached itself to my beer, so it doesn't seem to hurt it. It's strong enough to withstand an ice cube. Oh, baby, that is just heaven out there. Got a few web pages. Let me do another pour here. Watch this pour. Look at that. Does that make you thirsty? What would you have with this? Pizza, chicken wings. Okay, Popeye's chicken wings. Tell me anybody. Is anything Church's second place? Okay, where do you get the best chicken wings? I like them when KFC. I think KFC. I don't have a love affair with KFC, but this beer with a big old bowl of chicken wings. Tell me that. Would that be about the second or third best feeling in the world? Okay, absolutely. Who makes the best chicken wings? Popeyes is good, real good. Church's is good. KFC, greasy, don't like it. Costco, believe it or not, has good chicken wings. When you can get them. They don't always have them. Over in the back by the $4.99 chicken. Did you ever have Costco ribs? Costco pork ribs, not kosher. Sorry, but is this kosher? I wonder if there's a little OU on this thing. Yeah, I always like to look for the kosher, only because I know it's cleaner. It was made under certain cleanliness situations. This was bottled on, let's see, March 27th, 2023. I like that. Okay. Because today is May 6th, and that means it hasn't been sitting on the shelf forever. Check your dates. This is from my friend Ron, who knows a lot more about beer than me. By the way, check his webpage out. What do we have here? Hi, Claude. Enjoy the beer. Thank you. My buddy Damon is on. My new married mentee Damon is on. What is your all-time favorite beer? Oh, God, you're going to put me on the spot, man. It depends. I hate to say one beer encapsulates the entire spectrum. There's just some beers that I like, cheap beers that I drink. Sometimes I like summer beers, a hot day. I would say number one, all-purpose, just good drinking beer out of the freezer is good old Miller High Life. You give me a big old 32-ounce bottle of Miller High Life out of the freezer. You can get it on sale for $1.88. I like cheap beer when it's good and it's cheap. It's fun. It's an enjoyable product. I think it's a quality made product. You can taste the corn and everything else in it. I mean, it's got a certain sweetness, but I would say Miller High Life, 32-ounce bottle. You can find 40-ounce bottles sometimes. Another beer, and it's low. It's 4 point something alcohol, Damon. Maybe the next beer. Oh, what is it? Oh gosh, I found it in North Carolina, and I really loved it. It was cheap. Oh, I'll think it'll come to me in a minute. PBR, nothing wrong with PBR. The beer we're not supposed to buy or drink. Have you guys seen what's happened? I like Bud, by the way. I always enjoyed Bud. It used to take, when I was a kid, for some reason, my only complaint about Budweiser before the whole incident was it was inconsistent. Sometimes it was okay. Sometimes it was not okay. Sometimes you tasted the flavor. Sometimes you don't. I don't know why Bud was always so inconsistent. You go to the stores, by the way, not to get political. I don't do that. I bring people together. I don't want to get them arguing it apart. But what I'm seeing in the stores right now, big stacks of Bud just sitting there. The hot beer in Southern California right now, Modelo, selling like crazy. Big displays. It's a Mexican beer. It's an okay beer. The dark beer is excellent. They're light. They're lagers and everything. They're okay. Nothing, you know. You give me a good old Miller High Life. That's good. PBR. I like the macro beers. On the craft beer side, Ballast Point, grapefruit or pineapple sculpin, Stone Brewing Company, Arrogant Bastard, probably one of the greatest craft beers ever made. I'll have to get one. Claudia, write that down on the list. We need to get an Arrogant Bastard. It is in a big, tall 16-ounce bottle. It is, how much is it? Do you remember? $6 a bottle? $6.99. Arrogant Bastard. It's in a dark bottle. It has a picture of the devil on it. It has some of the best marketing I've ever seen on the label, and it tells you why you are not worthy of their beer. Keep drinking, sniveling light beers and things like that. And they're also here in San Diego. Good beers. I go to Trader Joe's a lot and try new beers all the time. I love Trader Joe's. If you want to try different craft, micro craft beers, go to Trader Joe's, because they allow you, this is important, this is your tip of the day, they allow you to break apart the 4-packs and the 6-packs. So before you spend $17, $20 on a 4 or 6-pack of beer that you may not like, you ever have that problem? You say, oh, gee, I'd love to try it, but I don't want to spend $13 to $20 on a pack of beer I've never tried before. You can break one off and buy it separately for $3, $4, whatever, $5, and try it. And that's how I discovered Bunny with a Chainsaw, okay, which was just a great beer that it's one of my favorites now. I'm buying it like crazy because we're going back to Colorado in a couple of weeks. We live in Winter Park, Colorado also. We've been here in San Diego for a few months, enjoying the rain and cold. I've got to go back to Colorado and warm up. Let's see, Claude, I don't know if you remember, we talked over email. I said that what you were talking about reminds me of that new guy in sales training called Benjamin Dennehy, UK, most hated sales. Yes, I remember that. And I checked him out, and he's very entertaining. He's very good. You know, how do you get a disagreement? You get two sales trainers in a room. Okay. You know, I like some of the things he said. I've been doing sales training for 32 years. I think sales is the $1 million skill. I think most sales training today is old school, 1950s to 1990s, and they have not adapted or changed with the times. You've got to be first thing is you got to throw away the scripts. Stop using scripts. See what you started, Samir? Now you got me on a soapbox here. I better have another sip of Pliny the Elder here. Oh, is that Pliny the Elder? Wonderful beer. I will get to those web pages, I promised you, in a moment. I think people want someone they can speak with honestly, transparent, ethical, who gives good value. I think when you speak to somebody, you have to be like a doctor. You have to ask questions. You can't do a diagnosis unless you know what the issue is. You've got to go right to the outcome. What does that person want to see? What is their biggest issue or problem? And can your product or service solve that problem? So I have a 3-step system. If any of you guys, let me put it over here. I have a banner somewhere. If you guys want a free book instead of spending money, go and send me an email or go to my webpage. Let me see if I can find that. There it is, ClaudeDiamond.com. Go to ClaudeDiamond.com, send me a message, go into my scheduling system or something, or send me a message. Claude, I saw you on Beer with Claude this Saturday. Send me a free book, and just put your email in there, and I won't spam you or anything. I'll send you a free copy of my book and some mind maps on the gut sales method. I run a very successful business. I mentor and teach. Damon was one of my students, and I teach people how to give good phones. See that sign back there? And just have fun. Here's my biggest problem. I love what I'm doing. I love talking to people. I love sales. And I'm the former world's worst sales guy. I sucked at sales. Okay. I hated sales. All that rejection, people getting mad at you, hanging up the phone. I'll think about it. I'll talk to my pet rock. Give me a friggin' break. That's not really the word I want to use, but I'm going to keep this a family show. Okay. So I developed a marketing system. It's brand new. It's coming out very soon. It's coming out probably in a week. My Guts Kiss method, where I only do warm calls, scheduled warm calls. None of that bothering people, annoying people with cold calling. I don't get cold calling at all. You know, people saying, "Oh, make 100, make 1,000 cold calls." Why do you want to do something that you personally hate? Don't you hate people calling you up, interrupting your, remember that nice slice of pizza and your good old beer and everything, and then the phone rings and it's nice and hot and the oil and the cheese are going down your arm. You're ready to burn the roof of your mouth. Okay, I'm not doing a good job making this attractive, am I? Claude. I'm talking about burn. I'm talking to my wife down there. I'm talking about burning my mouth on cheese pizza. And there you go. I had it last night. I had Costco pizza. Pizza is very important. We need to talk more about pizza. Are you guys, by the way, a shout out to my friend Dave Portnoy. He does the One Bite. Everyone knows the rules. Pizza review. And he is so funny. He is so much fun. And he's on YouTube, Dave Portnoy. And he just goes to pizzerias, real simple. I love guys who keep the shit simple. I'm sorry. He goes to a pizzeria, buys a pie, and he eats it outside and gives it a number. Okay. And I think that the simplicity is brilliant. And what I've tried to do is bring simplicity to beer reviews, to everything I do, sales, real estate investing, marketing. I want to keep it simple. I want to be productive. I want to make a good living. I always have, by giving good phone and using this gut system. Okay, I'll get off my bandwagon here. Let's go to some of these other questions here. I really appreciate you guys putting in some chat there. You probably trained them, but maybe you don't remember. I don't remember. I have trained. I have had people like Dan Locke buy my materials. My good Joe McCall. A shout out to my wonderful licensees. I have people teaching my trademark and copyright system. Brandon Simmons, Justin. What's Justin's last name? Justin Chamness. Oh, I'm so embarrassed. Hugo Malara, Felipe Bosan. I've got great licensees and people I've trained, and a lot of gurus out there who are using my system also because it's simple and it works. So instead of spending hours and thousands of dollars and getting people rejecting you and hating you and hanging up on you and take me off your list and all that jazz, you now can have productive, quality conversation. What happens when you speak to people, and even if you didn't make a sale, let's say you had 5, 6, 7 conversations for 10 to 15 minutes with people trying to solve their problem, like a doctor in an examination room. Where does it hurt? When did it start hurting? And you have these and they don't buy anything. What do you think they say about you when they get off the phone? Hey, he was a good guy. She was a good person. I like that. I'm going to go to their webpage. I'm going to buy their book or something else. I'm going to learn more about them. But how do you feel? You have enough mojo and enough motivation, so you can sell. You can sell to other people. You can make more phone calls. Frustration and rejection on traditional sales training and marketing is the death of your success. I'll get off my soapbox now. I'm sorry. Your health. Oh, God. You guys, take a sip of this. We people, take a little sip here. I got to be careful. I am famous for spilling shit on my laptop. Okay. I just had to send this back. My wife showed me her breakfast. I took her bowl of Cheerios with the bananas and blueberries and milk on it. And I looked at it. I said, and I wanted to show it to my audience. I was doing a recording or a Zoom call. Actually, Mr. Mentor here, he actually spilled milk on his keyboard. I had to send it back to Apple. God bless Apple. They fixed it for free. Thank you. Let's see here. Claudia is writing down a whole list to pick up. That's Damon Boudreau is doing that. Hi, Damon. Claudia says, hi, Damon. How you doing, buddy? Hope you're doing well, man. Let's see. A beer a day takes the doctor away. I agree, Mr. R. That is the health. I'll tell you what. Let's talk about health for a minute. Oh no, I'm not a doctor. I don't even play one on TV. Remember that commercial? And I don't. I drink black coffee, water, mineral water. Here's my Sleepy Timer peach celestial seasonings tea. I drink a lot of liquids all day. I run every day, and I don't get hungry. So I have one good meal a day, and the first baking of my daily fast is a good old brewski. Okay, this is not maybe this is not the diet for you. And I have one meal. I have a good. My wife's a great cook, and we eat whatever we like or whatever I like in many cases. Um, we have one meal at 6 o'clock. I'm done by 7. That's it, baby. 1 hour a day. I eat my meal. I enjoy it. Big salad, by the way. Monster salad right away. Guess what happens when you have a nice big salad, some decent dressing on it, or vinaigrette or vinegar sometimes. Guess what happens when you have that big salad, and then you go to that big, beautiful roast beef or ribs or chicken wings or lamb chops or pasta or fish or whatever you eat. You don't eat as much. And so you limit how much you eat. You can have as much as you want until you're about 80. Japanese have a saying, I'm not sure, I got to look it up. They say you stop when you're 80% full. And it's a great, and so you just eat in that 1 hour window. You eat whatever you like within moderation. Try to eat healthy. That big salad really tones down your appetite. And you kind of train your body not to be hungry all the time. You diminish the hormone called ghrelin. Okay, I'm going to get off my health things now too. But good, you're right. A beer a day, nothing wrong with a beer. It's made from grains. It's naturally fermented. It's low in alcohol. Okay, I don't drink the 6-pack. I have one beer, sometimes two, truth be told. And what is wrong having one or two of these little puppies every day? It's a natural product. Okay, you drink your Diet Cokes and stuff, which I like too once in a while, in total honesty. But you know what? If you read the label, it's going to scare the shit out of you. It's so full of chemicals. Absolutely. Sorry, it's an interesting time. It's a good topic. I like talking about some here. I like talking about other trainers. I don't have any problems with other trainers and everything like that. I just disagree with their scripted teachings, and I disagree with their marketing. Knock on doors, driving for dollars, hire people who speak bad English in third world countries. Nothing against other people working for a living. Getting a 2-inch, 3-inch. My buddy Grant Cardone, who I have total respect for, I think he sells a 3-inch book of scripts. I think scripts are caca. Sorry. I think if you can't be confident and relaxed with a prospect, and this takes practice and it takes a system. That's what I teach people. My students make a lot of money in 30 days because I teach them to speak. What's the word, Claudia, for just emphatically, not emphatically, spontaneously? Another word for spontaneous or off the cuff. There's another word. I can't think of it, but you know your products and materials. It'll come to me in a minute, hon. There's another. You know what you're selling: real estate, life insurance, Porsches, whatever you're selling. You know your product. You know all the frills and everything else with that product. You got that covered. You need 3 things to succeed: knowledge. You guys got it already. I know you do. Number 2, you got to have leads, and you want to have quality leads, or you're going to get frustrated and burned out. I talked about that before. Number 3. You got to have a sales method that's hypnotic. Guts 6.0. That's my updated sales method. That's basically hypnotic selling, putting images and pictures in people's minds. How many of you watching me quaff down this good word, right? Pliny the Elder tonight, and you're watching this and you went to the fridge and grabbed a beer? Be honest. How many? Raise your hand. I can see you out there. Okay. When someone talks about a slice of pizza like I did, how about a steak? Okay, my apologies to my vegan friends out there. I eat a lot of vegetables, a lot of fresh fruit and vegetables all the time. Sometimes we have a veggie meal for dinner, but once in a while I'm a carnivore. I got to have a good steak. And when I describe to you a steak, a good T-bone, a good ribeye, a real nice thick Costco ribeye steak on the grill, little Lowry salt, Lawry, I think, uh, on the grill, little salt and pepper, okay, little pat of butter melting it, and you throw it on a hot grill with the onions and the mushrooms and the peppers, and you hear the sizzle, you smell it cooking, you take a little bite. Do you guys take a bite of your meat when you're cooking on the grill? I got one of those little grills, a Smoky Joe grill. Gosh, it's not Coleman. Who makes those darn grills? Gosh, darn, it's the drum style, the black drum style barbecue. And I love this little sucker. I cook my best food on there, and I'll take a little slice, pop it in my mouth while I'm cooking it. And it's a little, and it's got, it's so good, so warm and satisfying. What am I doing to you guys right now? My steak lovers out there, tell me I didn't make you hungry just now. I did, didn't I? I know I did. Okay. Claude, what I would give to grow up in the economy you grow up in. I'm an oldie moldy goldie. I'm the son of immigrants. I grew up with people who worked really hard. They watched every penny. The richest man in Babylon, they didn't live 10%, beneath their means. My parents lived about 25, 35% beneath their means. Okay. We had leftovers night. We had sandwich night. It wasn't, I'm living thanks to my parents. I'm always grateful to them. My mom and dad, hardworking, great people. I miss them terribly. They're both gone. And if it wasn't for them working as hard as they did, I wouldn't have the life, or my children wouldn't have the life they had. The economies go, I know one thing about the economy, Mr. R, it goes up and down. And you know what? People don't stop eating, do they? They may not go out to dinner as much or buy filet mignon or those ribeyes I was talking about. Might be a lot of Hormel spam, which I love. Hormel spam with eggs. I saw it. Okay. I'll tell you right now. You want a great breakfast or a great dinner? Fried spam with some good old eggs and some good toast, good rye toast. Tell me that isn't a good meal. You guys are all snooty. When I said spam, you all put your nose up in the air. I saw that. Okay, nothing wrong with that. Samir, natural. I don't know what you mean by natural. Give me more. I'm sorry. That was from 10 minutes ago here. Let's see, more things. Hello, Claude. Chris Lopez. Hello, Chris. I'm going over to my friends at 5 today having Coors Original, Miller High Life, and barbecue. Good man. Good man, Mr. Lopez. Thank you. You will, and get the one that's, you cannot go wrong with a Coors. I am sorry. I think this is the best macro beer. I do live in Colorado, so I have a skewed opinion, but if this was the worst beer in the world, I'd tell you, but it's just a good beer. It's a good drinking beer. It doesn't have that some beers, just the aftertaste, your mouth, you feel like you want to drink a bottle of Listerine. Miller High Life, good stuff. Got to be super cold, though. If it ain't cold, it won't work. Throw it in a bucket of ice and let it just sit there for 15, 20 minutes. Throw it in the freezer, okay? I like, truth be told, I'll put a beer in the freezer, and I like when those little bits of ice are in there. Not frozen solid, not foaming up, just little bits of ice. It's a timing thing. It's really based on the how much alcohol is in there. So you got to be careful. And sure as heck, don't leave it in there so long that the bottle, if you have a bottle in there, and it can happen to a can, I guess, too. Do you ever have a bottle or a can freeze in the freezer and it explode? Okay. And the glass and everything is all over the place, and all your expensive meats and frozen pizzas and everything like that. What's your favorite frozen pizza, by the way? I've been having a lot of trouble with pizza lately in California. I'm eating Costco pizza. I admitted that last week. Okay, I'm a New York City, New Jersey boy living in California, and pizza just depresses me out here. I've been eating frozen pizza occasionally. Costco pizza is edible, but if my friends in New Jersey knew that I was eating Costco pizza, man, they would riff on me forever. You would not believe it. Absolutely. That looks like a delicious beer. It is. It's Pliny the Elder, 8% alcohol, floral, delicious. To your health there, Mr. R. I love your picture there. Good old Clint Eastwood. Don't you love his movies? Is there Clint Eastwood? I mean, those westerns. Go back to those old, what is Botticelli or whatever? Who did the spaghetti westerns? And that's how he became known. He did what they call the spaghetti westerns. They were made in Italy and everything. And they're the good, the bad, the ugly. Oh God, what's some other Clint Eastwood movies? They're just great. He's a great actor. He's still around. He's in great shape. He lives here in California. I forgot what town. He was the mayor of one city, wasn't he, Claudia? Clint Eastwood? No. Clint Eastwood was the mayor of a town in California. Absolutely. Somebody Google that for me. Help me out here. You know it. I like anything with Clint Eastwood. He's one of those guys. He's like Tom Hanks. Clint Eastwood, Tom Hanks. You put him in a movie, I'm watching it. I don't even care if it's a shitty movie. I'm watching it. Absolutely. Storytelling, great stuff. You got to tell stories. You want to be a good salesperson? You got to tell stories. You know how you sell people? I'm going to give you guys ready? Drum roll. I'm going to give you $1 million success tip here right now. Listen carefully, okay? If you're home, take notes here. I'm going to give you $1 million sales tip right now, just because you're my buddies having a beer with me. By the way, if you guys do want to join me, anyone, I'm all alone here rambling. It's amazing how you can talk to yourself or respond to those wonderful texts you're giving me for how long you can do it. It's the power of the beer. It's my first one too. The thing is, can you make people, when you talk to them, can you tell a story and can you make them emotional? Here's the rule. This is important, people make immediate business decisions emotionally. If you understand that rule, you practice that rule, you learn a system that brings out that emotion in people. I don't care if you're selling used dental floss and Q-tips, okay, or $180,000 Porsches or $5 million homes. I was talking with somebody yesterday about Coronado. I didn't tell you this, Claudia.
What's that?
A house by the beach that's a tear down in Coronado will start at $5 million.
Oh my God.
If you go 2-3 block, Coronado, California is where the SEALs train, and it's just a beautiful beach area. Google Coronado, California. If you go 2-3 blocks back, it's you can get a lot, I think, for $1 to $2 million. Amazing. You got to be a storyteller, and you've got to make people emotional. When I was describing that steak before to you guys, I was doing something to you. For you guys who are my followers, you know what I was doing. It's a hypnotic effect, basically putting a picture in people's minds and using the 5 senses and descriptive words to put a picture in someone's mind. So when you're selling a product, you want to put them in that special daydream place. Did you ever daydream? Can you imagine it? You can put somebody in that somnambulistic state. Oh, that's a $15 word, not a $10 word. Somnambulistic means sleepwalking, okay? But basically, when you daydream and you can put an image or something in someone's mind, they can live it, breathe it, smell it. Did you ever smell something that brought back a memory? Okay. Did you ever hear a song that made you think about a special time? Did you ever smell something that made you hungry? Of course it did. And also brought back memories. And can you imagine if you could do that to people? Instead of reading that boring, stupid, caca script. Hi there, Mr. and Mrs. Price. How are you today? I'm just reaching out to you today from ABC Dog Leash Company. And they said, don't call me. Take me off your list. I'll think about it. I'll call my spouse. I'll pray to my pet rock. You know, that kind of sales is stupid sales. I'm sorry. I'm opinionated. I know we're in a little woke world here where we can't have opinions, but you're my friend, so I can speak honestly to you, can't I? It must be the beer. You got to speak emotionally to people, make them emotional so they see the value in what you're selling, and you will see magic happen every time. People make immediate business and social decisions. Those of you who are lonely, want to meet a special someone in your life, learn a system of persuasion. Learn how to interact with people. I practice this my wife and I are the only people who talk to the cash register people and interact. Yeah, you wondering why the line is really slow? It's because of us. Okay, we talk with people. We talk with the Walmart greeter, the baristas, the cashiers. How are you? How are you doing? What's your greatest challenge? Breaking $100 bill? And when you can be that kind of charismatic person, a lot of good things will happen. Absolutely. Let's keep going down these questions. Steak and beer never fail. Amen, brothers. Thank you, skateboarder. What is better than a good steak? A little walk, and while you're cooking the steak, you have a couple of your Miller High Lifes, PBRs, or your Pliny the Elder if you had a good week. Okay, it's expensive, $6.99, and you can only buy two here in San Diego. I can only buy two at a time, believe it or not. And then you switch to maybe a nice glass of wine or something like that. Eggs for dinner once a week. Paul, you are so right. Paul I love breakfast. How many of you like breakfast for dinner? God, do I love. We're going to do that tonight, aren't we, dear? Breakfast for dinner. Yeah, eggs. I love eggs for dinner. Give me some Spam, some Taylor ham pork roll, okay, some buttered rye bread or a bagel or something. Tell me that isn't the best dang meal in the world. You're right. You're right, Paul. Let's keep going here. Love Spam. Spam is good food, man. You just got to prepare it right. You don't eat it right. Well, some of you might eat. It's good campground food. Definitely in the morning, frying some in a campground. It's a cold morning up in Colorado mountains. Sun's coming up. The dew is all over the place, and you're frying up in that iron skillet some Spam and eggs. Oh, not in my case. I was talking about camping. It's my wife downstairs. Let's see here. Skateboarder. I love Spam. People in Hawaii love Spam. You're right. That's a good trivia question. Where's the most Spam sold? It's Hawaii. And if you go to Hawaii, I've seen it on all the islands, Kauai, Oahu, Maui. I think it's the only place in the world you can buy Spam sushi. And you can go into any of, they don't call them, what are the convenience stores called? They're not 7-Eleven. ABC store, thank you. You go in the ABC store and they have Spam sushi on a little, the thing in the 7-Eleven with the 3-week-old hot dogs that go around and around. They have that there too. Absolutely, it's good. Spam is good food. Hey, listen, when Armageddon comes, who knows? When the meteor hits us and everything else, you want to make sure you have a lot of Spam in your closet there in that pantry. Absolutely. No hangovers from Keystone Light from Golden. Keystone is a Coors product. I'll be honest, I have never had a Keystone Light. I'm going to try it, Paul, based on your recommendation, okay? I'm not a big light beer fan, to be honest. I think, I know we like our light beers and they sell a hell of a lot of them. I was amazed when I heard that Bud Light is the #1 selling beer out there. It is. Or it was. You're right. Past tense. What is poor Budweiser? I'm at the point, not going to get political. I am at the point where I feel sorry for Budweiser. I am really, only because I think there's a lot of truck drivers, a lot of people who make the beer, a lot of factories, a lot of retail places. There was a thing on YouTube this morning about some sporting event. It's on YouTube. Type in Bud Light. And the little kiosks or whatever, and there was lines for Coors and for a couple other breweries. There was long lines, and there was nobody at the Bud Light kiosk or stand serving it. So I'm kind of, they made a mistake. If the dopes, talk about marketing for 1 second. You make a mistake. We all do. We're fallible human beings. I make mistakes. You make mistakes. We recover from them and we learn our lesson, lick our wounds. If I make a mistake with a client somehow, I don't make many. But if, for instance, I'm never late for an appointment or I have to change an appointment or something, I call them up, I text them, and I apologize profusely because it was my bad. Why can't Budweiser do that? Why can't the CEO man up? Sorry, can I say that word now? Why can't that CEO, if he is a leader, don't roll out the stupid Budweiser, Clydesdale commercials and all that stuff. I don't want to say shit too often. And just say, you know what? We we aggravated, we insulted a portion of our audience. You hardworking people out there who love our beer at sporting events, who work hard and everything. And we unintentionally offended you, and we're sorry. We won't do it again. Forgiveness. It's over. Why can't they do that? I don't get it. I need to be hired as a consultant for Anheuser-Busch, because that's exactly what I would say. I would love 90 seconds with the CEO, and I go, hey, dummy, all you got to do is say you're sorry and apologize to your mainstream. But they won't do that. They won't do that. They're so rich and so full of themselves. They have no humility. Okay, I'm going to get off that topic. I'm going to get in trouble on this topic. I know I am. No hangover. Okay, that's good. You don't want to hang out. Coors Banquet rules. I agree. I think it's just a good beer. It's just a good Monday through Friday beer. It's a great summer beer. Keystone is great. Crushable. All right. Clint in his own way in those spaghetti westerns was great negotiated. Clint Eastwood he's just one of those good actors. Absolutely. The good, the bad, the ugly, one of the best movies. Oh yeah. I love westerns. Man, you put on a western and oh God, they're great. Who loves what you guys watching Yellowstone and 1882 and all that spin-offs and everything? I don't know if it's 1882, 1862. So, no, whatever. You guys know what I mean. Kevin Costner. Tell me that isn't the greatest show. Don't you love those westerns? Montana, cowboys. Okay. What's your favorite western? Okay. What is your favorite western? High Noon, Shane, anything with John Wayne in it. I love it. What is it about American westerns it's just something about him, isn't it? He's an icon. You're great. I agree. Carmel by the Sea. Thank you, Samir. I'm sorry it took me so long to get back to you. Clint Eastwood was the mayor of Carmel by the Sea. Can you imagine Clint Eastwood, your mayor, in today's woke times? Think about this for a minute. Just use your imagination, okay? I'm not going to get specific. It's making me crack up. You can't believe what I'm thinking right now. Can you imagine all the stuff you're seeing right now on YouTube and on TikTok and everything? Can you imagine if Clint Eastwood was your mayor? Oh, Christ. If it was your mayor today, what would, go ahead, make my day, Hey, you feel lucky, punk? I mean, how many good quotes do we have from Clint Eastwood? Absolutely. Oh, CD, been talking to myself for years, still waiting for the answer. You're Tommy. I love it, Tommy. Thank you. I do. It's okay to talk to yourself. You talk to yourself. You talk to your conscience. You talk to God. It's all right. As long as you're not talking out, it's a funny thing. Do you ever get, I still, when you have somebody with AirPods in their ears, those little things, I usually have them on my desk here, and they're going down the street chattering away, and you don't see the AirPods. You think this person is friggin' nuts, right? And everything. And you don't know if they're a crazy street person or someone with the AirPods in their ears, chatting away sometimes. Let's see here. Play Misty for me. You're right. Great. Oh, good detective. Good song, too. Definitely a good movie, Mr. R. Skateboarder. Subconscious mindset influences the conscious mind to make the next steps. I like that. When I go run, I run every morning. I'm a runner. You see the things behind me there. I run marathon. I've run 5 New York City marathons. I run every day. It keeps me, drink beer and bike, run, walk, do something. Keep moving, baby. No matter what, keep moving. And sometimes don't have the electronics. Have a quiet moment. See what happens. Honest salesman, the best sales. Amen. I fired a guy today. I even have that note here somewhere just to show you guys. I do prepare these things, okay? Here, fire the salesperson. I had a guy today. He was just, God, how do I say shithead? What's a better word for shithead? Because I like to keep my language clean. But he was just rude, aggressive. He talked over me and everything like that. And I thought to myself, I don't want to work with you. I don't care, and I like making a sale. I think it's the second best feeling in the world. You young people, I'll explain to you someday the first. No, I'm kidding. But this was a guy, I fired him. He was just trying to get something for nothing. He was being very discourteous, very rude. And I said, man, I don't want to work with you. It's over. Well, Claude, I don't like your offer, but this is my offer. I said, don't make it, sir. It's over. We're not going to work together. It ain't going to happen. You got to know how good it feels when you can fire the prospect while drinking your Pliny the Elder. See, I segued. God, this is a sipping beer. Okay, I'm not a wuss. Okay, I can put this down I can do this in I think I could do it in 2 sips. Okay, this might take me 5 to 6. I don't know if I could do these guys who gulp on the on YouTube. They gulp their beers. I can't do that. I like to enjoy my beer, but there's beers that you gulp and there's beers that you sip because they're too damn good to rush. Sometimes good things, you want to make them last, and this is one of them. An honest salesman, you're right. Nobody wants a pushy salesperson. Nobody wants somebody who makes you feel manipulated. Nobody wants 1950, 1990, 2000, the pushy, manipulative sales. Why can't we have honest adult-to-adult dialogue? Mr. and Mrs., like a doctor. You're a patient. You go into your doctor's office. What does the doctor say? Where does it hurt? When did it start hurting? I hope you don't mind me asking these questions. I want to determine how to fix you, how to remove the pain. That's the way you sell. You don't yak like I've been doing the last 52 minutes. Not bad, Claude. You want to get the prospect. You want to turn the prospect into the salesperson. There's another little tip here today. These are $1 million tips. Emotional selling, put a picture in their mind, use the power of suggestion. Okay? These are the things you want to do with when you're speaking to people. You want to gain trust. When you're in a competitive world, I don't care what you sell. We're in a competitive world for the most part. How do you differentiate yourself? Steve Jobs said, think differently. How do you think different? How do you act differently? How do you make somebody like and trust you? How charismatic sales ability is the $1 million skill. I grew a great business here. We've never wanted anything. I'm grateful. Thank you, Lord. Okay, I'm debt-free, mortgage-free. I married a great woman. I have super kids, good health care, and a awesome retirement. I could have retired 20-something years ago. Okay, I do what I do because I love it. Passion is important. But how did I get there? I learned from one sweet old man I met in New Jersey how to sell, how to communicate with people, not just read a stupid script. You can't just read. You got to interact with people. You got to show them your passion. You got to get them emotional, and you can make as much money as you want. Word. Absolutely. CD, my favorite people are used car. I sold used cars for all. Worst, Tom, truth be told, worst job I ever had, worst boss I ever had. I'm a horrible employee. I don't play nice with others. It's not that I resent authority. I just think I'm better than, in sales. When I got a boss who tells me I got to read a script and I got to write these long, stupid sales reports. Oh God, do I not miss them? Or I've got to attend at 4:30. I had one boss 4:30 in the afternoon. He wanted to have the weekly sales meeting. I don't know about you guys, but on Thursday at 4:00, I'm thinking about the weekend already. What's that song? Everybody's waiting for the weekend. How's that go? Help me out. Tell me what's that song? Waiting for the weekend? Working for the weekend? Used car sales guys, and not to disparage used car salespeople. I sold cars, tough job, hard job, a lot of respect, but I don't want to work that hard. I really don't. I love my own business. I love work. I call it the kitchen table millionaire. And today it's easier than ever. You have a good computer. You have good Wi-Fi. You got a good product to sell. You know how to do guts simple KISS marketing system, and you have a sales system so you know how to speak to people like a doctor, like an authority, you can't help but make money every day. Honest. Claude Rocks, you need to do more of these, my man. Beer and bread, baby. Keeping it old school on the bread. I am old school. I'm old school and new school skateboarder. I like to take, I don't think just because something's new, it's better. I think we need to take, and there are new things that are so much better. The technology today is awesome. It is great, man. I've got my iPads and my iPhone and everything. I mean, I can work in my car while traveling. I can make money. I can work from home. Man, do you guys remember? Old school wasn't so great. You had to put on the suit and tie. You had to get in the car, travel in traffic. You had to go to an office, drink bad coffee. Then all you did was watch the clock, and then you couldn't wait to get back in your car, loosen your tie, get back home, and you're tired, you're hungry, and the kids are all over you, and you got to interact. I mean, there's some good principles. I mean, ethics and character never change. Give people good value, deal with business, with people in a unique one-on-one manner. And the word that turns me off that I hear so often, okay, you guys are going to react to this. I hope you're not driving fast down the 805 or 15 San Diego highways, is we have to scale everything. I don't think you can scale everything. I don't think you can automate and click funnel everything. I think there are some things that people respond on a one-on-one emotional basis. Okay. When you come home from work, a long, hard day, and your girlfriend, your wife, your special person, your kids, your dog licks your face, you get a hug, you get the kids all over you. Can you scale that? You can't. Okay. And if you understand the emotion, the passion of sales, and you can create that, what I just described, with your product or service, how it removes the pain, how it removes a problem with people. Oh man, you can't help but make a shitload of money. You just got to learn how to, you got to learn to be, here's the operative word, empathetic. What do they think and feel? Are they different from you? What if you were in their situation with their problem? They have a foreclosure. They're losing their home. They've got a problem in sales. They don't know. They don't have enough leads. They don't know how to talk to the leads they have. They're not comfortable in their own skin. And you can help them overcome that problem. Whew. That's pretty powerful stuff. Let's keep talking here. My favorite Western, it's Howdy Doody time. Is that a Western? I know what Howdy Doody is. I didn't know is that a Western, Claudia Jane? Okay, he's having fun with me, skateboarder. My favorite Eastwood quote, it's what people know about themselves inside that makes them afraid. Ooh, I'm going to look that quote up later today. Thank you. Mr. Carroll, CD got to go ride the high country Joel McRae. Yeah, man. Have fun. Take it good. Thanks for joining me today, Tommy. Come back next Saturday. We'll do it again. Everyone's working for the weekend. Who did that song? Everyone's working for the weekend. Pleasure listening to you this evening. Thanks for posting. Yeah, I'm going to get off in about 90 seconds, guys. Thank you so much, Mr. R. Thank you, Samir. Enjoying it, really. Let me really quick, because I want to keep my promise here. I promised I'd show you guys a couple of things. Pliny the Elder, the beer I'm drinking tonight. He was a Roman author, naturalist, and natural philosopher, and naval and army commander. Okay. What's the next one? Here's the webpage from, let me make sure I'm doing this right. Okay, share screen. Okay, there we go. Pliny the Elder. Let me show you that one. There's the Russian brewery, and they have a great webpage, by the way. Right here. Their other beers are Blind Pig, Happy Hops, Pliny the Elder. They have a beer on tap. You can only get it, I think, for about 30 days a year here on the left coast, as we like to call it. It's Pliny the Younger. I've never tried it, but I heard it's fantastic on there. Let's see. Can I do it this way? Okay, here's some more. Here is the switch over. Here is webpage Beer Advocate. Okay, I don't agree with a lot of things on Beer Advocate, but and the average rating. I was surprised. I thought they'd give it a much higher rating. It's brewed with Amarillo Centennial CTZ and Simcoe hops. It is well balanced with malt hops and alcohol, slightly bitter with a fresh hop aroma of floral, citrus, and pine. Best enjoyed fresh. That is why we make it in such a limited supply. Actual bottling date is printed on each bottle. I agree. Average score 100, ranked number 35. Interesting. Let's see. It's right up there. Oh, they got number one as a stout. Oh, stouts are okay, but it's not going to be my go-to drinking beer here. Let's see, number 35. There it is, Pliny the Elder. Okay, and those are some of the web pages that I saved for you guys. We are back here. Sean Osby, better late than ever. Sean, how you doing, buddy? The smartest man in Omaha, Nebraska. How are you, buddy? Of all, hey, I don't want to piss off all the Nebraska people here. You know, Colorado's awfully close to Nebraska. Sean, good to see you. Sean and I, I've known Sean. How many years have I known you, Sean? At least 5 years, right? Oh, more than that. Hope you're doing well, buddy. Let's see here. Sean, I think everybody's working for the weekend. Lover boy. Thank you, young man. Thank you. Everybody's working for the weekend. Great music came out of Canada. You are right, sir. You are definitely right. We are drinking look at this. I'm nursing this bottle. Let me finish it up in front of you guys. Here, I've made one bottle of beer last an hour. I don't know if that's worthy of bragging or anything like that. But thank you, good people, for joining me. We talked about beer, and then we talked about more beer. Then we talked about food. Then we talked about beer. Then we talked about sales and marketing. And as I like to say, we solved all the problems of the world through brewskis. Okay, you guys take care. Nobody deserves success more than you. My name is Claude Diamond. I am the inventor of the gut sales and marketing method. Go to my webpage, claudediamond.com. You want to learn more about me? If not, just join me next Saturday and let's have some fun having another beer together. Have a good and safe weekend. Nobody deserves, and I mean this, nobody deserves success more than you. Thanks a lot. Bye-bye.